There's a collective feeling in many spaces I'm in this time of year, a buildup, one last push towards year end. It can feel exciting or it can feel exhausting, depending on your process. Listen in for a few questions that you can ask yourself to guide you into the first quarter with more clarity.
Hello, and welcome to the Connect podcast. This show is all about helping you connect to your soul's calling so you can take action on it. Because the sweetest success is a blend of discovering your purpose with the inner drive to bring it to life. I'm Sheila Botello, health coach, lifestyle entrepreneur, and mom of two, best known for my online wellness programs, mentoring, and self-love passion. Listen in for inspiring interviews, solo chats, and Q&A sessions that will move you past overwhelm towards what lights you up. Stop accepting good enough and go for your version of great in your health, business, and relationships. Let's get started.
Hi, welcome to this Monday minisode where I share an insight designed to help you live into what lights you up this week. So many different feelings and emotions are going through the minds and hearts of people that I'm talking to this time of year. The idea that we're coming to year's end and we want to achieve all the goals. We want to finish everything so we can start fresh in January. Or the idea that we want to have a beautiful rest at the end of the year. And so we want to complete everything so our mind can be at rest. And then we can ease into the new year. Or should I still keep doing this work that I'm doing? Do I want my life to keep going on this path that I'm on? Or do I feel like I need to pivot? And when we're at a time of year where everything is heightened and busy, no matter where you are in the world, like with this turning over into a new year, there is that feeling of anticipation and perhaps that feeling of not having achieved something that you were hoping to by this time. For some people, it's the feeling that every year I set a goal and I don't feel closer to it now than I did the beginning of last year. Like these things happen. And then there are, of course, the amazing, incredible celebrations of having hit a goal. And then, well, what's next now that I hit that goal? It's not a one size thing. Like there's all of these different emotions going on at any given time with all of the people who are invested in a growth type of life. Whether it's your professional career, your relationships at home, your business, your creativity, the thing that you're pouring yourself into that means the most to you, growth is at the heart of it. And sometimes if we feel like we're not growing because we're not hitting the mark that we keep setting for ourselves, the question does come up, do I keep going? And I want to invite you into the question of, do you need to step back and take a rest because you've been going hard after this goal? Do you need to reflect on the past year and see, how did I really do? Maybe you did more and accomplished more than you think, even if you didn't achieve the goal yet. Maybe the goal you set was massive and audacious, and you actually did make great progress to it. Or maybe the goal you set was not yours. Maybe it was not aligned with you. Maybe it was a goal that someone else maybe set for you or gave you the inspiration for, and you realize it's just not your goal. There's all of these things playing into this at any given time. So I invite you into the idea of taking some space to rest and think about these things and ask yourself these questions, because you might just be tired and you might need to regain some energy to start fresh whenever you see fit at going after this goal that you have. Or maybe you may find that there is something different that has been sparked in your heart that you want to go after. Something that's very telling is those goals and those dreams that just won't leave you alone. And you make some progress and then you doubt yourself, or you make some progress and then life happens and gets in the way. There's so many things that can come into the way of when we're achieving big things in our life. And by big things, like your big can be different than somebody else's big. You know what that is. That dream, that desire that keeps coming into your mind and heart. You dream about it. You wake up thinking about it. You go to sleep thinking about it. You want to achieve it. That is something that's very telling. That is that the direction you need to be going in your life. So as you are ending this year, and I know here we are, middle of December when this is airing, this is on the minds of a lot of people I'm talking to. This idea that we have dreams, we have goals, and coming to a place where we're starting to achieve these things and then having other things come up that can kind of take us off track. And yet that dream and goal is still there in our heart. That is yours. And maybe some of these goals are not meant to happen immediately. One of the biggest lessons that I have learned in recent years is that sometimes the goals that I have gone for and not hit right away happened that way because I needed to become the person to be able to hold the achievement of that goal. So another question I want you to ask yourself is consider, how have you grown this year? And how much more do you need to grow in order to be able to hold the bounty of what achieving this goal means to you? Nothing is lost. It is all experience. It is all growth. And it all comes together to put you in a beautiful position to be able to enjoy the achievement of the goals in your life. So take some rest if you need it. I mean, I think we all could use rest. So often people just don't get enough rest. And then recommit or pivot. It's your choice. And I invite you to talk to someone who's in your midst, who can be a sounding board for you, or perhaps someone who has been where you've been, who can give you some guidance. Because having those conversations is so helpful in feeling like you're being supported as you go after those things you want. I'm excited for you, whatever it is that you have planned for this year, because you're here in this space listening because you actually want to grow in your life and you want to achieve things that are meaningful to you. And so I just want to thank you for listening to these episodes. And I also want to invite you into looking at the Seasons Collective that's going to be opening up in the new year, a space to be able to beautifully nourish yourself as you're going after those dream goals for your life. Because we can go and achieve all of the amazing things in our life. And yet if we do it at the expense of our health, of our well-being, of our relationships, the results just aren't as sweet. And we can actually go after them feeling nourished and feeling supported. We don't need to expend as much energy. We can have extra energy coming into us from a place of caring for ourselves. It's a beautiful thing. So go check out the links that are in the show notes for the Seasons Collective and also the free Seasons Self-Care app. If that's where you would like to begin, there's some beautiful content in there that can support you through this time of hopefully taking some space to recalibrate yourself for the coming year and knowing that every day is an opportunity to grow into the person that you are meant to be while celebrating who you are right now in this very moment. Thanks for listening. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week. Big blessings.
Thank you so much for being here with me on the Connect podcast. If you like this episode, please share it with someone you think would enjoy it. Also, if you head over to iTunes to leave a review, I'd be so grateful. Let us know what your favorite parts were and what you'd like to hear more of. It will help us have a greater impact, elevating many more people to grow and succeed together. See you next time.